enough is enough. For the last year, over a year, I've had to put up with so much horseshit. For one, there was my Twitch chat, absolutely awful people. You should definitely be a part of it, twitch.tv/Kwite. There was anytime Jake Paul showed up on my timeline, he was always beating someone's ass, and it reminded me how small I am. But the big thing was the pandemic. I didn't have a super fleshed out opinion on pandemics before all this. Like, they're bad, duh. But now that I've lived through one, I'd say, yeah, not a big fan. For you guys, you probably had an experience like you didn't get to see your families for over a year, you were deprived of all social connection in the name of keeping others safe, you delved into the depths of loneliness because of the tough but absolutely necessary self-imposed isolation we went through. Whatever, I had it way worse than you guys. You know my iconic image, the sunglasses, the hoodie, and most topically, the mask, all things I invented, obviously. Well, I had to see the very idea of my being, my very existence, the way that I look, run through the car wash. It was either robbed from me by celebrities, or I had a burning diarrhea of a shit taken on it by thousands, if not millions of people. What I went through was easily worse than having cancer. I would definitely know. Okay, maybe that's overstating it a bit, but I hated it so much. Almost as much as I hate people who aren't subscribed with notifications on, which is like half of you watching. Did you know that? Funny how that works out. You might want to work in that, bud. Do you know how many comments I got on videos that were from like 2018 calling me a libtard because I had a mask for a face before I knew what a mask was gonna mean in 2 to 3 years? I know it might seem like I have precognition and other incredible interdimensional superpowers, but even if I could tell the future, why the fuck would I tell you? And most of all, why would I tell you like that? At the start of this whole thing, I could get a few easy Instagram pictures out of people looking like cocoons in public. I got to pretend I was doing way more shit than I actually knew how to do, like pretending I was and stealing the identity of this masked pilot. And it was certainly slower at the start than it ended up getting, much more manageable 12 months ago. Like, it was innocent shit. People would just be making a cute little joke on Twitter about it. Wearing a mask with sunglasses gives me a level of anonymity I've desired. And I did my best to play into it as well. I was just trying to be a good sport. Y'all getting a little too comfortable. It's all like funny, right? And hey, for a time, I thought it might stay tongue-in-cheek, that maybe I could have a little fun with it. Then someone robbed a bank looking like me. So now I'm being framed for a crime I probably didn't commit. You'll never know. To make shit worse, mainstream media comes after me. At some point, Guardian, the publication, just pulls the mask off. I have spent the past 10 minutes trying to work out how to phrase this sensitively, but I'm just going to come right out with it. Sunglasses with a face mask is a challenging combination to pull off. It just looks a bit odd. You should have spent more time thinking about it, bud. That really hurt some of us, prick. And then, apparently, people all over the world hated me so much that they took to the streets to protest me. Like, what the fuck did I do? Anti-mask demonstrations, they call them. You could have just made an exposed video like a normal person, you bunch of freaks. All you're doing now is being mean to me. Some of the shit they did to try and get to me was just so rude. For instance, look at the people who cut holes in their mask. How the fuck am I supposed to take that? What do you think that I think you're gonna do to me when you do some shit like that? I need this mouth, thank you. It's the only thing paying the bills in more way than one. All of this was enough pressure to make me die of stress and then come back to life because I was too stressed to die. If you thought the everyday populace deciding they hate me and using their right to assemble to show me that was bad, you have no idea. I couldn't even get support from my fellow rich and famous people. I thought the 1% was supposed to stay together to step on the poor. So much for class unity. It all started with this Summer Walker girl who trotted into the airport looking exactly like me. Seriously, she just does not rock it the same way. The minimalism is what makes the look work, which is exactly why I wore that camo coat that was definitely way too much for that video. It really complimented that very minimalistic look I had. Not even that guy Harry Styles had respect for me. He propped up that hood behind his widow's peak and called it a day. Dude didn't even have a green hoodie, so he put on a green overcoat just so I knew I was the guy he was making fun of. Talk about petty. And seriously, Harry, you don't need my looks. If anything, I should be wishing that I had yours. Even the goddamn president bit me off. Joe Biden was walking around with a mask and aviators during the entire campaign trail. Sure, he didn't have the hoodie, which I appreciate at least, but Jesus Christ, I invented 2 of the 3 things on that list. He didn't credit or link me in the description of a single one of his campaign ads. I guess on the merch side, I benefited a little. I got to sell these sick masked up masks. Very cool. We currently have a restock of the last drop on maskedup.shop, but I didn't even get to enjoy that bullshit for long. Some fucker decided to create this god-awful, pulled from the lowest apartment complex in hell design of a shirt. Mask, sunglasses, cat daddy as fuck on a hoodie. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the worst incarnation of those three things together to ever exist, even after I made my channel. I mean, for me, it's technically true, like, look at this fucker, but I don't want it associated with this. I can't go outside for support, or just in general. Rich people won't throw me a bone either, so I thought if I retreated to this little digital hellhole of the internet, maybe I'd be safe. But not only does Minecraft pump out that little green hoodie and mask-wearing prick dream, but then they shoot out this Rambo guy. He got like 2 million subs in as many months. Are they engineering these fucks in a lab? The worst part is, his outfit is just more aesthetically pleasing. He's got color theory and cool design. He looks better than me. I can't fucking compete. And what am I supposed to do? Go to war? Fuck no. I'm 5'5". These dudes will run over me like I'm an NPC in Cyberpunk. I'd be surprised if they even realize they flattened me into a piece of the pavement. So I'm doing the only thing I can do, putting my imaginary foot down and saying enough is enough. That's like what the sign says, but with an F instead. Even after all that I'm saying, though, I kinda wish more people would bite me off. I wish more people throughout the last year or so had worn a goddamn mask. With the sunglasses and hoodie, without whatever, I just wish they had. So yeah, that's all. Follow my socials and stuff. Subscribe. I got no energy. Just pay.